Gaffer, it was that wise old head of Harry McCurdy who said it's only good to start at home if you win the game. What a way to start.
No, it was fantastic. It probably wasn't our most fluent performance. But the one thing that we showed was an incredible mentality, and I've talked about that. I've talked about that the hard miles, the yards, they give you that mentality, give you that strength. And when we had to dig in the final stage of the game, we did that brilliantly. I thought it was a terrific team performance. Not the fluency that I know that we can play with, although we showed flashes of real quality. But I was really proud of the team today, because first games of the season are never easy, especially in those types of conditions, because it was really close. You could see the effect it had on, a number of players today. But the most important thing from the first game of the season is the 3 points, and you've seen how important it was to our supporters at the end there. They were absolutely delighted with the team's efforts.
How important is it, particularly at home, to get that win under the belt on opening day?
It's massive. I said that. That's why I was really pleased with the fixtures when they came out, that we're at home. I felt it was a game we could win. It was a difficult game. Credit to Crawley, but it was an all-important one, because it doesn't just give the boys confidence, it gives our supporters something to hold on to. It's the first step, I know that. The first step's always an important step, and we're really, really pleased with the result today.
That work ethic that you're talking about, 80 whatever minutes, Stefan Skugel's running 40, 50 yards to close the keeper down. That's an example of what you want from this group.
Yeah, without doubt. I didn't think today we got a high press exactly right, and there was a number of reasons for that. Crawley didn't really build the play. They kicked early for Palmer, and a lot of the game became second balls, so it didn't allow us to pressure the game in the manner that we'd have liked. Also, we're still getting up to speed with a number of the players. Fella, who performed really well, is still physically a little bit away from where we need him. Nathan Thomas, I've mentioned before, is still physically a little bit, although their efforts were terrific, they're still not quite at those levels yet. And to be honest with you, first games of the season, even the players that have done the yards and the miles, they find that hard. They find it hard. It's a big change. It's a more intense game. So, all in all, we're really, really pleased with the result, and I was really proud of the performance, not in terms of fluency, but in terms of the endeavour and the spirit of the group.
Two players you've named there as perhaps not being where you want them to be. One's walked away with a very popular Man of the Match award. The other one has won us the game with his endeavours in making the goals.
Who won the Man of the Match?
Thomas and Fella won the Man of the Match.
Very good. I'm really pleased for him. I think he's come in here and he's adapted. It's a brilliant group. I keep saying that. I'm really, really pleased with the group. You can see after the game the unity in the group, the unity, the spirit. I'm really excited by this group. I know we've got a lot of hard work ahead of us, and I know there are going to be some difficult times. But if you're asking me, do I get a good feel from the group? 100%.
2 goals, it could have been 4 or 5. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, but also Adam made a couple of very important saves. He's a terrific goalkeeper, a really good person. He made a couple of saves at important times. He also took a couple of corners, really important corners for us to take the pressure off the team. But the one thing we always looked a real danger on the counter attack. When we managed to break their first line of the press, we always looked like we could get something from it. And we had 3 or 4 good opportunities to add to the 2 goals.
It's with Bridge, McCurdy, Thomas, Skoogs as well. That was giving Crawley plenty to think about.
It was. They played a man-to-man type system, and we tried to draw them out and play the ball down the side for Fella on a number of occasions, which worked particularly well. But it was a game where I thought we showed the mentality. And that's really pleasing. I said to the group at the end there, that's why we do the sand dunes, that's why we do the 5.5s. It builds that, and credit to them. It's the end of our cycle. We have a 6-week cycle, and then we go into a down week. The players have got 3 or 4 days off. This is how we work to recharge, and they'll be ready to go again.
You must be pleased as well that we look like a very well organised team.
There's been a lot of hard work. But we talk about the tactics a lot, but the tactics help, but the mentality, the psychology is the most important part. The tactics allows you the shape, but when that ball comes in the box and you've got Byron Webster towering above people to head it clear, that's the mentality. That's the desire, and I can't give them that other than helping them get it by fitness, but they have to want that, and to a man they all wanted it today.
Harry, a heck of a character. What will it, he's scored senior goals before elsewhere, but what will it mean to him to have scored here?
No, listen, the great thing for the likes of Harry McCurdy is, I said to him the other day, was it his first season where he's going to start a senior game, you know, on the opening day? And it is. He said he's always on his agent on the first game of the season looking to get a loan move. So to go out there, to score the goal, probably he's never scored with his head before, but he's also such an exciting player. You know, he gets people off the seats. He always looks like he can make something happen. I'm really pleased with him because he's a really, really good kid. He takes a bit of managing, but he's a good kid underneath that.
We won't get carried away, but once these boys do gel, bed in and get to the fitness levels in terms of the new boys, it could be really exciting.
Well, I hope so. I'm just really encouraged that we took an important step, because I always think the first game of the season is a really important one, and if you can get off to a winning start, it can help. But you know, we now have to refocus. The players will enjoy a little break from it, the intensity of it. But then we have to make sure we're prepared for Swindon away. I'll go down and watch them on Tuesday night. They play in the Checkatrade Trophy against Chelsea, and I'll get a look at them then, and we'll prepare as normal.